Entering a red pill risk area. Authorized persons only.
Raised a girl, born a boy. This experiment was truly horrendous and its outcome was disastrous. It's the case of David Reimer. Born as a non-identical twin boy in 1965, David Reimer and his twin brother Brian were both healthy babies. At the age of 8 months though, both of them each had a minor medical problem involving their penises. A doctor decided to treat the problem with circumcision, but unfortunately the doctor botched the circumcision on David by using an inappropriate method and accidentally burnt off virtually all of David's penis. When David's parents saw psychologist and sexologist John Money on television, they decided to visit him to explore what options there were for poor David. John saw David as a perfect candidate for his nurture and not nature study and suggested that David should have a sex change. Dr. Money believed that there was a window of opportunity for surgery, a gender gate he called it, which lasted up to the age of 2. During that period, he said that if the parent chose the sex of the child and brought it up accordingly, this would determine the child's gender. His parents first disagreed but were later convinced, and shortly after, David had a rudimentary vagina constructed, was given hormonal supplements, and was to be raised as a girl from now on. His new name was Brenda. Dr. Money published Brenda's case when she was 5, and it soon became a sensation. It seemed that his nurture and not nature theory was correct. But whilst Money was boasting of this supposedly incredible experiment, back in Canada where the Reimers were living, things were proving that his theory was far from correct. Brenda was showing strong masculine behaviours. She enjoyed running, fighting, climbing, and did not enjoy playing with dolls. She struggled to connect with friends and became incredibly lonely at a young age. She also hated going to visit Dr. Money, and you can see why. During the visits to him, Money would try everything in his power to convince Brenda that he was a girl. He desperately tried to persuade her to have a vagina constructed, even showing her graphic photos of a woman giving birth when Brenda was 7 years old. He did this in an attempt to get her to agree to having what he called a baby hole made, even though he knew full well Brenda would never be able to give birth. He also strongly suggested that she take more hormone tablets in order to make her grow breasts when she was 12. Although some scientists have said that Dr. Money did these things in the best interest for Brenda, he and Brenda's family could see that she was severely affected, and at the age of 13, Brenda's family decided to tell him the truth. Almost immediately, Brenda turned herself back into a boy and was now David again. He had a new penis reconstructed and met a lady in his early 20s who he later married. But sadly, the story doesn't end there. David's brother Brian was mentally disturbed by what took place and later developed schizophrenia. He died possibly of a drug overdose, which is believed to have been a suicide attempt. And David's life was not good. After selling the movie rights to his story, he lost all of the money when a businessman absconded with his fortune. His marriage also started to fall apart, and when his wife asked him for a short break, David took this badly. He returned to his parents' house for a few days before driving to a supermarket car park on the 4th of May 2004, where he shot himself in the head at age 38. David Reimer's story is incredibly sad and proves that Dr. Money's experiment was nothing more than his misguided theory that nurture could change nature.